Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can apply the Sepia matrix filter to a live video recording using CameraX in native Android application with Media 3 effect library. So let's get started. Now I'm using XML layout project, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well. It's up to you. So first, once you have created the project, you will have to go to build.gradle.kts, and here you need to add few dependency. First one is camera core, then is camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera video, camera view, as well as Android X Media 3 effect and Media 3 effect. Once you add all these dependencies, just go to libs.versions.toml, and here you will add camera core, then camera 2, then the camera lifecycle. Then here we can add this Media 3 effect as well as Media 3 effect version dependency. And if you notice, this Media 3 effect is in alpha at the time of me recording this video, but if it does become stable by the time you guys watch it, make sure you use the stable version. Then here we have this camera lifecycle, camera 2, camera core, camera view, and camera video as well. And at the bottom you have to add this Media 3 effect, Android X Media 3 effect as well as Media 3 effect. Once you add all this code, you will see a sync now button at the top. Just click on that sync now button and it will download all the dependencies for you. Once that is done, you will have to go to android manifest.xml, and here firstly you will have to add this uses feature of camera. So this only runs on devices which has camera. Then we require the camera permission, we require the record audio permission, and we require write external storage permission as well. Then you need to go to res layout activity underscore main, and here as you can see I have just taken a preview view where the width and height is 0 dp. Then we are just constraining it to all sides of the screen so that it occupies the entire width and height of the screen. Once that is done, we just take one button where I have just given a width of wrap content, height of wrap content, I have given it some id as well, I have given it some text, and we just constrained it to the bottom of the screen. Okay, then here I just go to our main activity. So first I'll just show you guys the code. So these are all the imports which I have. I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. Now here as you can see we have to annotate this with @unstable. Then here is our video capture recorder, here is our recording as well, here is our executor service, here is our preview view, and here is our button. Then we request for multiple permissions. Here is our permissions block. By default the value is true. We just loop over all of this and we just make this value as false in case if the permission is not given, and we display a toast message as well. If permission is given, we immediately start the camera. Inside on create, we initialize our viewfinder as well as our button. If all permissions are granted, then we just call start camera, else we call request permission. Then we just do button.set on click listener, we just call capture photo. Then here is another method called capture photo. So here we just check if video capture is not equal to null, then we disable the button. And then we just get our recording. If recording is not equal to null, we stop our recording, make it as null. Then we define one variable simple date format for our file name. Then here we define our content values as well, where we pass the display name as well as the MIME type. And if user is using version greater than Android P, then we also need to set a relative path as well. Then we define the media store output options. Then we just do video capture dot output dot prepare recording, pass this as well as media store output options, and here we just do with audio enabled. Then we start our recording, and if it is start, then we just change the text of our button to stop and is enabled as true. And if it is finalized, then here we just do recorder dot has error. If it does not has any error, then we just display the toast message, and this is the URL of our saved video as well. So if you want, you can play it using XO player. Then we just do recording dot close, recording equal to null, and then we just do button dot apply, set the text equal to start, is enabled equal to false. Then here is our start camera button. So we just do process camera provider dot get instance of this. Then we do camera provider future dot add listener. We get our camera provider future. Here we build our preview view as well. then we just do recorder.builder set. Okay, so here we set the quality selector, we build it, then here we initialize our video capture as well, then we set the default back camera, then here we just do use case group dot builder, add our preview use case as well as our video capture use case, then here we define our media 3 effect as well. Then this is how you define the Sepia matrix. Now I have copied all this value from the documentation, so I'm not going to be an not going to try act as a pro in this, so I have just copied all this value from documentation. Then all you just need to do is just do media 3 effect dot set effect list of RGB metrics, and here we just pass our Sepia matrix to it. Then here we just do use case group builder dot add effect, pass our media 3 effect, then we just do camera provider dot unbind all, then we do camera provider dot bind to lifecycle, pass this as well as camera selector. Here we just do use case group builder dot build, and then we just do context compat dot get main executor of this. Then here is our request permission method, where we just request our permission. Here is another method just to check whether the permission was granted or not. Then here inside on desktop we just do camera executor dot shutdown. Then here is our companion object as well, so I define the file name format for this, and here I have another variable for getting the camera permission record audio, and if it is less than equal to Android P, we also need to add this write external storage as well. So yeah, now let me run my application. So it is still building, hopefully it should be up pretty soon. So I will be mirroring my device. Also I have hopefully I have shown you this, you require camera permission, record audio as well as write external storage permission. Also I'm mirroring my device, so the output might be little bit laggy, just bear with me over here. Okay, just give me a second, I'm mirroring my device. Okay, so here is our running device. Again it is taking a bit of time. So here you can see I'll first give the camera permission, then I'll also give the record audio permission, and it has started recording. So here you can see the Sepia. Again, I'm not sure if you guys can clearly see. Okay, so now it has again there was a lag given that I was mirroring my device, but here you can see I'll just click on the start button, it has started the recording for me. And yeah, this is how the Sepia matrix filter looks like when I'm recording my screen. So I'm trying to move my camera as well, so I can just click on the stop button. So once I have clicked on stop, the video is saved to the Photos app or wherever your video files are recorded. So I'll just go to the Files app, I go to video, and here you can see I have this video recorded. So I'll just play the video as well just to show it to you. So here you can see this is how the output looks like. So yeah, I'll just pause the video. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.